In this lesson, we will look at histograms in the data and statistics application. Like other statistical graphs, the histogram can be displayed on a data and statistics application, but only if there's been a list variable defined elsewhere. Let's suppose the heights of 10 randomly selected tomato plants growing in our neighborhood garden are measured in centimeters, and those measurements are recorded. Let's start by opening a calculator page 1.1, where we'll store the list variable heights. Note that this can also be done on a lists and spreadsheet application. Press Control, then closed brackets to see the curly or set brackets needed for a list variable. Key in the following values. Now you may wish to pause the video at some stage to key the values in that will appear at the top of your screen. Now move the cursor outside the brackets using the right arrow key once and press Control var, where a right pointing arrow appears. This means that we're going to store these values as a list that we're about to name, and key in the word heights, H-E-I-G-H-T-S, and press Enter. Press var, select heights, press and see how it's bold, and press Enter again to confirm we have stored a list variable. Now open a data and statistics page 1.2. We press Control I for insert and add a data and statistics page. Now, Nspire has recognized that we now have the list variable heights up here in the caption by showing the randomly scattered data, but the default setting in data and statistics is a dot plot, and we'll need to create that first. So guide the cursor down to the bottom of the screen where it says click or enter to add variable. Press Enter. Select heights, and a dot plot is formed. The dot plot we now see gives us an idea of the range of the heights data, about 75 centimeters, from 75 to about 150. Now that will be useful in deciding how to instruct Nspire to display the histogram we're about to see. To change from the dot plot to a histogram, simply press Menu, then Plot Type, then Histogram. Now, Nspire has produced an initial histogram with column widths of 5 centimeters. These widths are known as bins, and we'll be able to edit this default setting to make the histogram more useful and for interpretation. To do this, press Menu, then Plot Properties, then Histogram Properties, then Bin Settings, then Equal Bin Width. Use familiar multiples to make the graph more readable. Remember how we noted the range was about 75 centimeters? Try keying in 20 for width. Press Tab to get down to the next category. Now the word alignment used by Nspire refers to the location on the horizontal axis where the left boundary of the first column of the histogram will start. Now key in 60. For alignment, and we'll tab or down arrow to OK, and the increased bin width and the clear boundaries as multiples of 20 are shown. But we need a further adjustment to this window as we're missing some of the graph. One way to do this is to press Menu, then Window Zoom, then Zoom Data, which will expand the window to accommodate all the bins and the data they represent. Now we can see the full height of the tallest bin and note the left and right boundaries of the graph. Now guide your cursor over any one of the bins, say the middle bin. Nspire has used interval notation to state that this bin includes numbers greater than or equal to 100 and at the same time less than 120. Note the square and the curved brackets at the end of that notation. And we can also see that there were 2 data points which were within that interval. As with other graphs in the data and statistics application, you can alter the color of your graph using Control Menu, then Color, then Fill Color. Now we might choose green. So use the arrow keys to go over to green and press Enter. Click on the outside so that all of the bins are equally colored. You can also add text using Menu, Actions, then Insert Text. Try tomato plants. And that text can be moved to a convenient location. Of course, editing the original data list back on calculator page 1.1 will automatically alter the histogram, but only if the bin boundary values, which are 60, 80, 100, etc., have been crossed.